Hey y'all, today on the farm I just got the 1917 Fordson off of my trailer, which means we about to go to the peanut mill and get some seed, and it's time to plant some goobers. That's my potato crop. If you've been watching lately, I plant a pretty wide variety of crops every year. That is 3 varieties of potatoes there. I got them in 2 different plots. Those will probably mow the vines off within a week. Once I mow the vines off, I'm gonna give them about 2 weeks to sit there before we come in here and lift them and start harvesting them. The reason we do that is to set the skin. If you don't kill the plant first, if you just go out there and dig those taters up with a nice green plant, then during the digging and cleaning process, you will lose all the skin off those taters. Nobody wants taters without skin on them. So the way I kill them is to spraying chemicals on it. Commercially, potatoes are traditionally sprayed with a desiccant, a chemical to kill the vines. And then once the vines are sufficiently dead, or the plants are sufficiently dead, they come out there and harvest the taters after a few weeks. The way I do it is I wait till it's hot and dry like it is right now. I mow those plants down while they got a big heavy load of potatoes on them. And so with all those potatoes pulling on that plant and there's no way to make photosynthesis because it has no leaves, it kills the vine and then it sets the skin so the skin stays on the taters. So we'll start killing tater vines in about a week. These are the Butterbeans. If y'all been watching, we planted these Butterbeans one day last week. Today is Monday. I think I planted these on Friday or Thursday. I'm not sure. I planted them one day last week. They're finally breaking ground out here, coming up nice. They're not a full stand yet. We still got a few of them trying to get out there, but maybe in a day and a half it'll be a full stand out here. They're just now starting to break ground. I'm down at Bluffton Farm Center now. This is where I get most of my peanut seed. I'm getting 2 varieties from Bluffton, and this is typically where I sell my peanuts once I harvest them as well. Most farmers around here have gone to using those large totes. They'll put those peanuts into a seed tender that then augers, or then not, they don't use an auger, use a belt to belt the peanuts out into the planter. But I'm still old school. I still use the 50-pound sacks because I do not have a seed tender. Before I start dumping peanut seed into planter, I have to swap it from soybeans. Soybeans was the last thing I planted. I planted some soybeans about 8 days ago. They're up now, but the plates I use for soybeans look like this. And you have this brush with it. This brush allows just the height of one seed, the thickness of one seed to pass by. Has a little notch in the brush. And so it's cleaning that plate off for just one layer of seeds coming by. Well, a peanut seed is much larger, and so the notch in the brush is also much larger to allow that big peanut seed to come by. And so we have a different plate. The plate has a different number of holes in it because we're planting a larger seed and planting a different rate. So we have a different number of holes. Holes are much larger, and our brush has a larger slot in it, so it can allow that large peanut seed to come passing by. We have made it to the field. I have changed the plates, the brushes, all 3 transmissions, greased all the chains, or sprayed the chains, greased all the bearings, and we have our 2 pallets of seed out here. So, and our dry lubricant. Time to load this mother up and put some nuts in the dirt. This is a dry lubricant. It's just talc powder. It helps these oily peanuts slide through the planter without getting all gummed up. I'm averaging about 117,000 seed per acre out here, and I'm planting pretty slow. I'm planting 3 miles an hour. My vacuum is set on right now 13. I may bump it down a little bit, but I'm traveling super slow so I can try to get precise and accurate seeding. The tractor will plant it much faster, but you may have a skip, may have 2 of them close together, then a far distance apart. And so to keep it really uniform, really precise, I'm going to travel really slow. This is day 2 planting. Yesterday we made a lot of adjustments, changed our depth, changed the transmissions, all 3 of them, to adjust the seed rate, changed vacuum settings, and I've continued to make adjustments today, been fine-tuning it as I go along. I do record all that information in my phone. I can tell you last year what cogs each transmission was set on and what speed I was traveling, what the vacuum pressure was, but as the plates get used more in the planter, they wear out, and the seals gradually wear out on the vacuum, and the seed may be a different size, slightly different size this year than it was last year. So all that stuff affects how many seeds are going in the ground. It affects just every little detail affects it. So having all the data recorded from last year helps. It gives you a starting point, but you still have to make finite adjustments, real fine adjustments, to try to fine-tune it constantly. The first day or 2 you usually go through a lot of different settings trying to get it just right, and then by the 2nd or 3rd day, end of the 2nd day, start the 3rd day, you can really roll on pretty hard and not have to stop as much and make as many adjustments. Well, y'all, the Lord has decided to send us some rain on plant day, and I don't know what more of a blessing I could ask for than that. So I'm gonna load this planter down full and let this tractor eat, try to see if I can get the rest of these seeds in the ground before it starts getting wet out here. So while I'm doing that, y'all just sit back and enjoy a little bit of drone footage and some still shots, courtesy of the guys at Blakely Feed and Seed. Harris Brown, the owner of that business, came out here yesterday when we were getting started and flew his drone around. And all of my videos, if you ever see drone footage, it's courtesy of Blakely Feed and Seed. They come out here from time to time and film. They also have some great videos on their channel where they travel around to local farms and talk about feeding deer and raising local cattle, managing fish ponds, all kind of stuff. Just basically a small town living type channel. Make some great videos. Unlike mine, theirs is filmed by a professional film crew, so it's done really nice. They actually shot a video out here. I think they've been on my farm 3 or 4 times. They was out here last week. They blew up a whole bunch of stuff for tannerite, had a big time. That video should be dropping, I don't know when you're watching this, but it should be dropping a few days after this video drops. So if you hadn't already, check out Blakely Feed and Seed. And I thank all y'all for watching. Hope to see you next time.